You're watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to what is beautiful Bristol, Tennessee in the sim. And unfortunately, it wasn't so beautiful this morning, but we'll have some great racing for you tonight. I'm Josh Last, and as always, I have Carl Henderson with me in the booth.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this race. Here's something that's really going to take a lot of guys out of their comfort zone. And we're really going to see possibly some guys you don't normally see up front, running up front today. Really excited anytime we do something like this, like road courses. But the big story to talk about right now is the fact that, unfortunately, Justin Anderson, our points leader, is not in this race. So this is going to be one more opportunity for Blake Gordon to potentially catch up. And you've got your other guys right there in the points battle, such as Joe Dinsmore, who could potentially make us some time or some points as well.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that he's not going to be in the race tonight. But unfortunately, that's racing, and sometimes with these kinds of things, life gets ahead of you, and you can't spend your Sunday nights with us, even though he always puts on a good show.
Yeah, so Josh, if you wouldn't mind, we're running a different format this week than we normally do. Josh, can you talk us through what format we're going to be running this week?
I certainly can. So tonight, since we are on dirt, we are actually going to be running heat races. We have 17 entrants tonight, which means we will have 3 separate heat races, all of the drivers split amongst them. They'll be running 15-lap heat races, which will ultimately determine their positions in our feature race, which will have everyone in there, and we will actually be running 100 laps once we hit that point. So we get to see a lot of quick and hard racing to start, but after that, we're going to have to see how everyone can handle this new format for the long haul.
So, Josh, I'm going to be asking you questions a lot tonight because I haven't run a lot of dirt racing so far, and I know you've run a lot more than I have. So what are you expecting to see tonight? There's one fast repair that the guys are going to get. I'm expecting you're going to see some long repairs in the pits. But what are you expecting to see, like, in terms of the race, racing on the track?
So the biggest thing that we're going to have with the dirt, it's actually going to be the opposite of what we normally see on any given Sunday, to where as people run on the track, we are actually going to see the track get more difficult to run, as the loose dirt that these tires are really going to require is not going to really be helpful. We're going to start to see throughout the course of the night, we're going to see a black patch develop in the turns, and actually the goal will be to keep your rear tires off of that because there will be next to no traction. So it actually gets more difficult to run. We're actually going to see lap times slow down. We're going to see a lot of these guys flirting with the top wall in a situation where they normally wouldn't go anywhere near it.
Yeah, so let's talk through a little bit of qualifying right now, what's happening. Right now, I believe we have Blake Gordon currently on pole, followed by Adam Wood, Johnny Edward, Timothy St. Jean, and Joe Dinsmore.
Yeah, as some of these guys are getting out there as quickly as they can, getting their laps in. And I think one thing that just because we like to mess with him, during the podcast Friday, no one really picked Adam Wood, and he seems to be a bit of a dark horse in this race right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would certainly take Adam Wood over Larry Patrick. But yeah, I mean, Adam is qualified second here and currently, and he was fast in practice as well. I think he had the third fastest practice time. So Adam Wood could be a contender here.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to seeing that, and we're going to have our normal group running up towards the front, so where Blake's there, and we're going to see Joe Dinsmore running towards the front, even though he's currently in fifth, but he has a little bit extra of a cheering section rooting for him tonight. He has some nephews in town that are watching us on YouTube, so hi Ian, hi Owen. Hope you guys enjoy, and make sure that he knows that you're rooting for him, and make sure he can hear you cheering.
Yeah, so just a few more questions here, trying to help understand what we're dealing with here. I know as you're driving, especially if you're on the inside, you're kicking up dirt to the outside. How do you pass at a track like this?
So it's really going to come down to who's brave enough to really use that lower line, especially as the track gets worn in. Again, you're wanting to try to keep your tires off of where there's next to no loose dirt. So if somebody has that low line figured out, we are probably going to see some people make some seriously brave moves on the lower line, because you can save a good quarter of a second on your lap times just running that if you're capable of holding it.
Yeah, so we're getting close to starting here. We've got 17 seconds left here. Prior to, and I'm not actually sure how these heat races will work. Do they run sequentially, or are we running parallel?
To the best of my knowledge, they actually run sequentially. So the guys that are not in this first heat will be able to sit, watch everyone run, and be able to possibly learn a little bit. If not, just take a nice little breather, as we're gonna see our first group make their way to the starting grid, as we can actually get ourselves set to this point. And we can start making our way through. So our first heat is actually set and ready. And heat number 1, we have Blake Gordon. Let's see if it'll separate things for me here properly. It doesn't really do the heat very well.
All right, well, I can run through the field. I got it pulled up here. We've got Blake Gordon starting in first, followed by Timothy St. Jean in second. In third, we have Ed Springer. In fourth, we have Andrew Burgess. In fifth, we have Ross Gage. And rounding out the field, in sixth, we have Mike Burgess.
So just keep in mind, as we're running this, everyone will make it to the feature. Some heat races, we would only have half the field make it through, but we definitely want to have everybody out on the track and give everyone an opportunity to get that final win. So let's go ahead, as we are going to move over here to the chopper so we have a good view of the field. The lights are out on the pace truck, and after this lap, we will be going green for the first of our 15-lap heat races.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with this small field. You got guys that may not have qualified that well, so they're near the back, but you've got 6 cars right here in this first heat, so they've got a chance to gain some positions for the final feature race.
And honestly, that is the biggest thing that these guys are going to be running for, is the track position going into the feature race.
And the pace truck is off.
And we are going green. And Blake Gordon actually jumps out to a good lead, as it looks like Timothy St. Jean actually had a bit of an issue getting off of the line.
Well, he did, but he's held in there. I mean, he's lost quite a bit of time, but he easily clears third there.
Yes, as we're already seeing a second and a half from our leader to Timothy St. Jean, who gets up into the wall a little bit, but had enough of a lead to where that shouldn't affect him too much. But right now, we're actually starting to see Ed Springer make a lunge on the low line. And can he be able to hold that lower line going into turn one? As Andrew Burgess gets up into the wall and relinquishes third to Ed Springer.
I think Andrew was trying to give him plenty of room there, and he's fighting back now. But I think Andrew was trying to give Ed plenty of room and just got a little too high there.
But the thing we need to worry about right now is...
Yeah, Andrew is still fighting back, and he just got into Ed's pumper a little bit there. I think that's... and Andrew has gotten back around Ed Springer here.
As Timothy St. Jean actually throws down our fastest lap of the night. And yeah, I think that the competition pressure is really going to start to get to these guys as we see Andrew Burgess get up into the wall a little bit, but still maintain that third place.
Well, I was about to say that Blake Gordon may have been, sandbagging a little bit to, with such a lead that he had, so that he didn't need to set a fastest lap. But then right after I was about to say that, he set the fastest lap. So Blake Gordon now has the fastest lap on the track.
And right now, this battle for third, we've got 2.5 seconds between first and second, and we've got almost 7 seconds between second and third. We may actually start to see Blake coming up on these guys in the back here soon and putting them a lap down.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that with as short as these heats are, but he is definitely closing in on our last place currently of Mike Burgess. Actually, Ross Gage now. Blake is can easily see. I've got on the same camera view here. Blake is about to lap Mike Burgess.
Ross Gage.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Sorry.
But that's one of the things that we were talking with one of the admins earlier is you're going to see the amount of time that people put in practice here. That it's a brand new style of racing for a lot of these cup drivers, and we liken it to road racing with this league. It's not a common thing, but you can tell who really wants to just get out there, be competitive every day, and those who are just willing to go ahead and take the low finish, knowing that there's going to be somebody faster.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it is such a different style of racing, whereas you have asphalt ovals, they're all about precision and hitting your marks. Something like this, your vehicle's not always going to do exactly what you want it to do. So it's about being flexible, being fluid, adjusting what your car is doing. Throttle control, heavily on throttle control. And we know, having raced with him, Blake Gordon's one of the best in the league with throttle control.
Well, but again, this is just one short thing, as we're 2 laps to go at this point. Honestly, as this track progresses, if we go to a bit higher, we'll go ahead and go to the chopper here. As these guys go through the turns, you can see that dark strip along the top of the track. That's the first sign that this track is getting worn in, and while loose dirt is your friend, that loose of dirt is not your friend. To where that's actually getting up into that with all 4 tires can spell a slide right into the wall without any kind of an issue.
And our heat's finished here. Blake Gordon has won it, followed by Timothy St. Jean, Ed Springer. Ed Springer, Andrew Burgess. So Ed did get around Andrew there. And my timing just got cleared. I think it was Mike Burgess and then Ross Gage, but those may have been inverted. I apologize. I couldn't get them all out before it cleared it out.
Yes, as right now, we definitely are going to have some quick action here as the next group is on the track and getting moving. Starting out, we have Adam Wood in first, Joe Dinsmore in second on the outside. Moving back, we have Marshall Hall on the inside in row 2, Stephen Dominy on the outside, Brandon Bernhardt inside in 5th on the 3rd row, with Tony Pandon in 6th.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in the lead, for the battle for the lead here. I think we might have a little bit more competition. Joe and Adam were pretty evenly matched in practice.
And I know both of them have put in the time to make sure that they're going to be competitive tonight. And we're definitely going to see both of those beautiful cars at the front covered in dirt even after the 15 laps that we have for just this heat race. As we're hitting the back stretch with the lights out, we'll be going racing after 2 more turns.
Oh, we just said there they came back. Yeah, I'm really do you think throughout the course of the race, I mean, we were talking about how far down you want to go. Being on the inside on a restart, is that a problem?
Honestly, I don't think it is.
Okay.
As
we're going green here. Oh, the 26 gets loose. Nearly spins it, saves it.
That throttle control is a completely different beast as Joe Dinsmore gets up into the wall, but he is still right on that bumper with Marshall Hall. Right there. As we see Adam go a little bit high, which means he's not going to have the traction coming out.
Joe gets his nose in there.
Joe gets down low, gets that low line. Can he make it
Adam carry the momentum here? Adam carried the momentum, cleared him there.
I do believe he was actually up in what he considers to be his preferred line, so...
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance that Joe could have, pushed the issue a little bit there. I don't know, but I think he was, playing the long game there and let him have it.
So it looks like Tony Pandon has actually dropped out at this point. As he is now officially 2 laps down.
Tony is currently on pit road, but yeah, I think... Oh, no, he's out on the track. He's coming back out now. I think maybe he had some damage there.
Yeah, this is going to be such a fast-paced race. I don't want to break away for anything like that. As we're watching Joe try to reel in first place, but again, we said it at the top of the broadcast, Adam is going to be a dark horse to win this race.
Yeah, I don't want to act like I thought that Adam had no chance here, but I am genuinely shocked by how well Adam is running. He is proving right now that he is a contender in this race.
Well, he did run in the IVRL earlier in the week, and during the podcast, he did say he was almost treating it a little bit more like a standard Bristol, to where he's not necessarily kicking the back end out. He's working to just kind of keep that car as stable as he can, and it's showing right now. As much like in the last race at the halfway mark, everybody has just reached their comfortable level of distance between, and we're just going to settle in and see what happens. And I think the big thing that we should watch out for is anyone going to have any kind of a forced error, as we see Brandon Bernhardt really starting to make a run back on Marshall Hall.
I actually think that might be Stephen Dominy. No, you're right. It's Brandon Bernhardt. So Brandon actually got around Stephen Dominy and is already putting pressure on Marshall Hall very quickly here. Oh, and Marshall got really sideways there, and looks like, it looks like Brandon Bernhardt is going to take that position, taking 3rd place here.
Oh, yeah, the front end of that number one is definitely seeing the inside of a wall. And
Yeah, it's really interesting watching these guys and see, how differently each of them, how much their cars are tilting there in the corners. You get. I felt like Blake watching him. It was almost like watching a typical Bristol race. His car was almost completely straight. But some guys are going a lot more aggressive with it. It's been fun to watch.
yeah, running practice with these guys.
Oh, and we have caution.
We have caution. Oh, as Adam Wood is causing some issues out there.
Yep, we're going to take a look, see what happened here. All right, and let's follow here and see what happened with Adam Wood.
All right. Oh, that's looking like it's nothing more than...
I actually might have done it the corner too early, sorry.
That's fine. Yep. An unforced error going into one, and being honest, that is actually very difficult. Because if you get down a little bit too far, you get down onto that apron, and honestly, it just makes it almost impossible to hold that car.
Yeah, we'll go live here.
Say, go ahead and get ourselves back up to the front to where that gives Joe Dinsmore the lead, and we're going to go green-white checker, so it is 3 laps to go.
Yeah, I'm going to be, it's going to be interesting to see how aggressive Adam's going to be here. We know that he's probably faster than the guys directly in front of him. How aggressive is he going to be to try to make up some positions to set himself up for that feature race?
And right now, he is actually still on the lead lap. He is in 4th. But we do have Tony Pandon, who is...
And apparently cautions don't count for the lap count, so
No.
Should mention that because that's a little different than most of our races.
Well, normally 3 laps to go means green-white checker anyway, so that's why I got that one. But we do have a new leader right now in Joe Dinsmore, who, again, it's just running that consistent line, holding it together, and especially, and it's even more important with these dirt tracks, you have to have a rhythm, and the second you get thrown out of it, it just spells trouble. As I do believe the lights are out on the pace car. Oh, no, we still have 1 more to go. Yeah, I have a feeling that these pace laps are going to be a little bit... They're going to come a little more frequently once we have the entire 17-car field on the track at once. But it gives us a chance to go ahead and plug our Thursday night entertainment. Ghostfire Media will bring you the season finale for the TNT series.
And we have an exciting battle going on for who's going to win the points win there, the championship.
The 2nd place. Not so much for first.
Maybe not even 2nd place at this point. I think Chris Oliver's probably run off with that. But Josh Laston, I believe, has a points lock on TNT as our pace truck comes off here. And the people are really not lined up right now, but...
We are racing as Joe Dinsmore gets onto that lower line, but Brandon Bernhardt is trying to look outside. Tony Pandon and Adam Wood was back into the wall. He's probably running a little bit angry, but Tony Pandon, a lap down, is showing Joe some moves.
Oh, Adam just got hit. And we were brought to have caution, I think. We've got guys.
No, we are on the final lap, so that is...
Oh.
I was going to say, let's go ahead and...
Well, let's finish out the race. I'll get it queued up for us here. Well,
yeah, as Joe Dinsmore makes his way around turn 1. And is bringing it on in with the smoking Adam Wood.
Yeah, let's take a look, see what happened here. Yeah.
Results while you're doing that, pulling that up. So we had Joe Dinsmore in first, Brandon Bernhardt, and of course it's already gone.
Yep. All right, I'll go ahead. Let's go ahead and pull up our incident here. Actually, it looks like I can't pull it up now.
Well,
This heat racing's a new beast for us. Oh, never mind. I think I found it. Hang on.
all right, you've got 1 lap to get us there.
All right, let's take a look, see what happened here. I'm looking here at Adam Wood.
All right. Oh, it just looks like Stephen Dominy came out of the turn just a little bit slow. Oh, was squirrely and just tagged him.
Yeah. It's unfortunate for Adam, who was super fast there.
But let's get ourselves back to the live race. In first in this heat, we have Johnny Edward, Larry Patrick in second, Steve Gottschalk in third, Kevin Haas is in fourth. William Klingbill would be fifth, but he was having some issues with his setup, so he could not continue. And then in sixth, we have Dan Witt. So we'll go ahead and get things ready as we're on the last lap. The lights are off. We'll be going live. No idea what Johnny Edward just did there, but maybe he's trying to put the fear in Larry.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I think trying to give him a little bit of a scare there. I'm not sure if he was trying to warm up his tires. I'm not sure what he was doing.
I don't think that warming up your tires is going to do too much in the dirt, but
probably not much, no.
As we hit this third heat, you can see that just strip in the center of the track. It's unfortunate that these guys are in the third heat as the pace truck pulls off and we are going green. And throttles are down as we see everybody get a little squirrely because got to do something and traction's just not there. Larry Patrick is making a move around the outside and has the run on Johnny Edward, but we have Steve Gottschalk actually making the low move as Johnny Edward actually goes up into the wall, but
we're
managing
3 wide
to hold on to it as they tag each other. And Johnny is gonna be out for the count with that one.
Yeah,
As
Johnny
Larry
coming in the
Patrick
pit road here.
takes over first and tags the wall right as we get to him. But that's typical Larry.
we have fun with Larry.
Larry we'll give him a hard time and he'll give it back to us on Thursday.
Yeah. So yeah, Larry Patrick's our leader, and unfortunate what happened there with Johnny Edward, who is still on pit road.
He went into the wrong pit road, is what I think happened there.
Yeah, he is just now pulling into his pit stall here.
So one thing I do want to show off, since we've got all of these gaps, is let's see the cockpit of Larry Patrick. And this is one thing, especially with dirt.
He's wheeling it.
Those wheels all over the place.
Yeah, he is wheeling that boy right there. That's something else.
And it's a workout to where just running for an hour earlier, my Apple Watch decided as it gets up into the wall.
Gets into the wall hard.
Let's see, did Steve Gottschalk actually manage to make up much time? He's a good 1.5 seconds back. And unfortunately, I think Johnny Edward is 4 laps down, but he did get his fast repair and is back out on the track.
He actually may have saved that fast repair. His stop was 43 seconds. I feel like that's a longer stop than if he had used fast repair.
Well, I think probably what it's taking into account. Oh no, because it's 58 seconds on the pit lane, so...
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if fast repairs carry over to... I don't know if you get a new set of fast repairs for every heat in the feature, or if it's just a single fast repair. If it's a single fast repair, then he may have been trying to hang on to that, knowing this heat was out of reach for him.
Yeah, it's... Again, with... Like it was with the last, is we're just over halfway through this heat race. Everybody is just...
Oh, and Johnny Edward and Dan Witt just make contact and spin and bring out the caution.
Alright, let's go ahead and... As it also looks like it brings out Steve Gottschalk in the process. Let's go ahead and actually change our camera here. Let's go to the chopper. Oh, he tagged the wall and just couldn't get out of Dan's way. And causes some serious
hang on,
damage.
and then and then Kevin Haas got in there into it a little bit. I think he has no damage, so he'll be all right. Dan Witt definitely took the worst of that, though.
But as we look at it, I don't know if my timing and okay, yeah, my timing and scoring was a little weird because
hey, you know what? Dan's car right now looks like it should be running on dirt. That is a good dirt racing car right there.
Yeah, that obviously we aren't going to have any issues with aerodynamics in this one.
You wouldn't think, no.
But yeah, that's unfortunate because Dan really was looking pretty good at that point, and I'm wondering if he's actually having struggles just keeping it together because he is still a second behind.
Yeah, he was doing that during the pace laps as well. I think he might be leaving extra room just being on dirt. But someone has to have hated seeing this is Larry Patrick. He was kind of had a comfortable lead there, and now he's gonna have to be fighting off Steve Gottschalk now with 5 laps to go when we go green.
Yeah, that's got to be a little bit painful for him, but if what we had seen just plays out in the same manner, because honestly they were in the same positions to start the race, he actually may still have it in him that he can keep him off for those 5 laps.
Yeah, of course, I think there's always a chance. I'm not saying that he can't. I think Larry should be the favorite here, just based on his qualifying time, what he's done in the race so far. But it's anytime you have a restart, it's a challenge. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, we may as well use this other caution to plug Friday nights. The Ghostfire Media team gets together, has a drink or two, brings in special guests from both the IRVL and the AOLL.
IVRL.
I thought about it right before I said it.
Well, now I'm starting to doubt if I'm right, but I'm pretty sure it's IVRL.
It's IVRL. But we bring in special guests, talk about the storylines from the week past in all of the leagues that those encompass. And again, have a few drinks, get a little bit more real than we would on the broadcast.
And then we go off topic a lot.
And discuss people's nicknames. And
let's
potentially
leave that alone
give
for
them
now.
new ones.
Yep, let's leave nicknames alone. If anybody wants to learn more about that, watch the podcast on Fridays if you are an adult.
And you can also catch the stream on YouTube, Twitch, and then we also post it to Spotify shortly after we're done.
And the pace, you might not be live right now, Josh.
No, I am not.
All right. And Larry jumps out here to a huge lead, has a great restart. Hits the wall, though. And Steve Gottschalk is coming in a hurry, followed by Dan
gets
Witt.
that low line. Can he hold on to it? But I think that he's going to lose too much momentum there. And relinquish it back to Larry, who is again...
Dan's getting sideways, but he saves it.
But ends up dropping back into 4th in the process.
Yeah, he's struggling with his car a little bit right now. I don't know if that's a consequence of just being the fact you're on dirt or if there's some damage to that car.
I would lean towards the damage as Steve Gottschalk gets into the wall, and that's something that Larry definitely wants to see in the rear view mirror as he's coming into the turn. Because he now has 1.3 second gap, but
hits the wall again.
Running the wall. It's a good thing there's a lot of fiberglass between the wall, the frame, and those tires.
You know what I call hitting the wall these days?
A Larry?
It's the Larry Patrick line. I can't wait for him to watch this.
I can't wait to hear about it on Friday and have him ridicule you the entire time on Thursday.
Oh, too. I mean, honestly, we'll probably hear about it well
as
before
he
that.
comes across the line to take the win.
Larry Patrick wins. That is a phrase I never thought I would say.
Oh, that's mean. So
great job by Larry.
We have everything thrown out. Larry Patrick was our winner. Steve Gottschalk in second, and of course, it's gone already.
I think it was followed by Kevin Haas, and then Dan Witt
and Johnny Edwards. So the starting grid for right now, we have. Oh, it is the traditional qualifying. So we are going to see the full field where they were supposed to after qualifying. So, we're starting with Blake Gordon in first, Adam Wood second, Johnny Edward third, Timothy St. Jean in fourth, Joe Dinsmore fifth, Larry Patrick sixth, Ed Springer in seventh, Marshall Hall in eighth, and I will let you go ahead and take over for here.
Yeah, so after that, in ninth, we have Steve. Hold on just a second, because it's not. My timing is not lining up, so I'll just trust the broadcast. Ninth, we have Steve Gottschalk, followed by Andrew Burgess. In 11th, we have Steve Dominy and Kevin Haas. In 13th, we have Ross Gage, followed by Brandon Bernhardt. William Cleanbill is not racing tonight, and then in 16th, we have Mike Burgess. And finally, in 17th, we have Tony Pandon, and in 18th, Dan Witt.
All right. Let's go ahead and get all of this set up.
I don't think what we went through there was correct, Coach Josh. I'm looking at it now, and that is not how the guys are lined up on the track.
No, it is not. So Blake Gordon's in first, Joe Dinsmore in second, Larry Patrick. So it worked out the way that I thought it would. We all thought it would.
Yeah, so we need to do some adjustments for ATVO, I think, to get it to work with heats in the future. But
so, yeah, Blake Gordon in first, Joe Dinsmore second, Larry Patrick third, Timothy St. Jean fourth, Brandon Bernhardt fifth, Steve Gottschalk sixth, Andrew Burgess seventh, Marshall Hall eighth, Kevin Haas ninth, Ed Springer 10th, Adam Wood 11th, Dan Witt 12th, Mike Burgess 13th, Stephen Dominy 14th, Johnny Edward 15th, Ross Gage 16th, Tony Pandon in 17th.
That was impressive. Do you need to take a break?
Nope, I'm good.
Awesome.
I got my drink while I let you do it as the pace car is off, and we are about to go racing as Joe Dinsmore is looking to make sure he is actually up alongside Blake to start this race. Blake gets the low line, but goes a little low, so that should leave the door open for Joe Dinsmore, who is going to get alongside him. And he is one of those that is not taking that super angle going into the turns, and
Timothy St. Jean is right there as well. He's loving seeing these guys fight, as he is just right there with them. And we've got some beating and banging back further in the field. I've got 3 wide, 4 wide. Larry Patrick hits the wall.
That's something you're used to saying. As Larry Patrick has Steve Gottschalk right on his inside with Brandon Bernhardt just there. Yeah, this midfield is shaken up, taking some interesting lines as Larry Patrick dives low, but he gets a little bit of that apron. He's going to hold on to it, come out of the turn, and set his sights on Andrew Burgess, who gets really sideways there. Has to correct, and that's going to leave the door wide open for Larry to make the move on the outside.
We just had a lead change as well. Possibly we've got Joe Dinsmore right next to Blake Gordon right now.
Oh, those two are just going to trade blows as Blake sets the fastest lap of the race. But Joe is not going anywhere. We did reset the track conditions before this race, so it is like it is fresh. And we are going to start to see those lines deteriorate, but we're starting to see Timothy St. Jean actually fall back. But these two are not giving any leeway to one another. I'm wondering if Joe may have been sandbagging a little bit, just waiting for the feature.
Yeah, Joe's fast right now. Joe's really fast. But again, I want to call out Timothy St. Jean, who is just hanging in there. We haven't spoken his name a lot, but he is right there with these guys. He's not letting them out of his sight.
So I'm going to jump back into the field because Larry Patrick and Brandon Bernhardt are fighting it out right now for that 4th place position. And of course, right as I do it, is when Larry decides to actually have a little bit of talent instead of running out like normal. God, he's going to hate me after this race.
After? Yeah, I mean, Larry's right there.
Tags the wall pretty hard.
Yeah, he's making up some ground right now on 3rd place, but and actually just lost a little bit there to tagging the wall, but he's 4-5 seconds back from 3rd place.
As our front runners have actually hit lap traffic, and we've got some tags, and Joe tags the backside of Mike Burgess, and that lets Blake get a little bit of a lead on him. But he's coming up on Ed Springer as we have caution out on the track, and that looks to be... Was that the 26 of Stephen Dominy? Yes, it was.
Yeah, let's go back and take a look again at what happened with Joe. And I think you said it was who was it here?
That was Mike Burgess.
Mike Burgess. Yeah, let's take a look here and see what happened.
All right. So yeah, they were just coming into the last turn. Mike tags the inside of Andrew Burgess, which sends him into Joe, and that's just a really unfortunate moment.
And Joe has had to pit here. Joe was pitted. Steve Gottschalk has also pitted, and looks like based on his timing, Joe may have taken his fast repair.
I mean, he definitely caught a little bit more of Mike there than he probably would have wanted, but him going actually into the pits has dropped him back into 10th.
Yeah, probably nothing to be concerned about there.
He did not take his fast repair, otherwise his Dragon Ball Z car would be a little cleaner right now.
Good point. He said on the radio he had damage and that he was going to pit, so maybe some mind games was playing there. I'm not sure.
Well, it could very well be, but pulling this back under caution, he didn't lose a lap, so he is still on the lead lap, but that unfortunately leaves Blake Gordon relatively uncontested. But Timothy St. Jean has been fast throughout this race and should be able to provide a challenge once we get back to green.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can take a little bit of a break because this has been... Honestly, we knew tonight was going to be fun. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But it has
this has been a good time.
Fast, and I can only imagine everybody's arms are going to be tired from fighting the wheel like they have been. So
yeah, I imagine these guys are going to be exhausted after this 100-lap race. It's a marathon here, and I've got to start talking about it. We got to talk about pit stops as well. Our fuel runs here should, I believe, be about 50 laps.
From my experience earlier, it is 50, and the biggest thing that I noticed is tires aren't going to make as much of a difference as they normally would on Bristol.
So do you go fuel only, or are you going to take tires if you come in, let's say around lap 50?
So, me
And
personally,
pace truck has come off.
because I am not going to be that person that is going to be running at the front. I'm taking all 4.
Yep. So we've got Blake, who has pulled out to a lead here pretty
Half
quickly
a
and
second. But
had a great start.
the big thing is Timothy St. Jean is actually going to be dealing with a few cars. Tony Pandon is on the inside of Brandon Bernhardt and actually has third momentarily.
Hey, let's talk about Joe Dinsmore here real quickly, trying to go through the field. Has some traffic around him, so a little bit slower.
As we get
And
Johnny Edward going into the wall, and
oh,
that is a
caution is out.
big one. So let's go ahead and we got there at just the right time.
We did. I had a feeling that was coming based on how I was seeing the racing going.
But Johnny just gets up into the wall and coming out of the turn just gets a little loose and collects 3 cars in that process.
That is really unfortunate, seeing that happen to Joe there, who's been fast. It's looking like it's just one of those nights.
So since we are under caution, let's go ahead. Do you want to see if we can actually get him in here? Give him a chance to get his opinion on what's been happening tonight.
Are you talking about Joe?
Yeah, let's get Joe
Might
in.
not be the best idea right now. I think he's saying on the radio right now that he is probably going to be in the end of his night here.
Oh, and that's unfortunate when he's got a little bit extra of a crowd cheering him on tonight. But we kind of saw this one coming, but he is still out on the track. Looks like he's testing to see how it feels, and it looks like he may be a little crooked. And yeah, I'll admit, we kind of saw a little bit of chaos coming tonight, but it's always unfortunate when it is the same person that ends up in all of it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and Johnny Edward is getting a end of line penalty here, so he will be moving to the rear. But you hate. Oh, I'm looking at Joe's car right now, and he is having to drive sideways right now.
Yeah, that's
hate seeing that.
Yeah, that's not the direction that it's supposed to be pointing when you're going, but I know he's one of those drivers that he's got enough skill to where he may be able to make it work for a few laps. But we may see him kindly bow out if he is horribly off the pace. It is always entertaining to get to see the internals of these cars.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I think we're going to probably see more of that tonight.
I definitely think that's the case, as he is getting the wave around, so that'll give him a chance to test to see how
I think
actually damaged it is right now.
It's looking pretty damaged, but
it seems drivable. So that means we are 1 to go. As we have lined up, we're only 23 laps into this race. I will admit I am kind of afraid of, as we go green, Blake Gordon does jump out to quite a lead. And Brandon Bernhardt makes the move on the low side below Timothy St. Jean.
Yeah, I actually thought Blake was going to be able to get up there and race with his teammate, but once again, Blake just pulled away.
Yeah, it's less about team and more about winning.
Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely. I've always had that philosophy that teammates are great, but you when it comes down to winning a race, caution is out again.
All right, let's see.
Oh, it looks like Joe Dinsmore had issues. I'll bring it up. Oh, well, he other people around him. I'm getting it set up here.
All right.
Looks like maybe the 26.
Yeah, as we actually see him come into frame and and beaches Ed Springer on the wall, which actually happened to me in the first AOLL fund race here. There's nothing you can do because that wall is significantly shorter.
Yeah, you hate seeing that. That's
because that's unfortunately
unfortunate,
going to
Brad.
require tow as well, which should set him back probably about 3 laps. But
Yeah, we have a lot of guys on pit road right now. Well, maybe actually about 3 guys on pit road, but yeah.
But that actually gives us a chance. We can run through all of this and just run through our current standings, where Blake Gordon is our leader right now with Brandon Bernhardt right behind him. Tony Pandon in 3rd, Larry Patrick in 4th, Timothy St. Jean, who started in 2nd on that last restart, is now back into 5th. We have Dan Witt, who has moved up to 6th from the very back of the pack. And don't worry, Adam's farther back, just 5 laps off right now. With Joe Dinsmore is still in 7th and still able to compete despite the damage that he's taken. Then we have Steve Gottschalk in 8th, Johnny Edward in 9th, Mike Burgess back in 10th, and okay, I'm really confused by where everybody is right now. Oh, Burgess is actually a lap down, so he is there. Stephen Dominy is a lap down and in 11th. Ed Springer is back out on... Oh, nope. He is waiting for his toe to finish. And he is in 12th and now 3 laps down. Then we get back to Adam, who is in 13th right now, but 5 laps off of the pace. Andrew Burgess behind him in 14th, also 5 laps down. And then we look at Kevin Haas, who looks to have parked it for the evening, in 15th. We also have Marshall.
Yeah, he's either parked it or he has some extreme repairs that he's doing. But I imagine may have parked it.
Yeah, as Ed Springer is back out on the track. Let's go ahead and make sure we're live here. As we are 2x2, the lights are out on the pace truck. We have 30 laps in the books, and we are about to go racing as the pace truck peels off, and Blake goes ahead and gets a good jump, but his teammate is right next to him.
Oh, yeah. Brandon hung in there on that one.
Oh, Blake goes real low there, so he is going to lose some speed. As it looks like Timothy St. Jean may have gotten a little bit of contact there, but holds on to it. Looks like it may have removed the front end of Larry Patrick. As he throws another one down Timothy. Oh, being a gentleman, straightening him out. But yeah, we've lost the front end of Larry Patrick's number 25 as Timothy St. Jean was looking strong in the heat race, looking strong at the first caution restart, but is falling back a little bit.
Yeah, I think he just didn't have a great restart and got caught. Once you get caught in traffic here, it's tricky because you got to drive very carefully, and you just don't have as much speed when you're having to drive that carefully.
Yeah.
And Dan Witt tags the wall pretty hard,
but carries it into the next turn, but causes Timothy St. Jean to tag the wall, and hopefully he can hold on to it, and does. so we don't have another caution coming out, but we're starting to see some of these drivers, as it looks like Stephen Dominy actually gets a little bit caught up with Johnny Edwards in the background there, but some of these drivers aren't really getting that drastic angle into the turns right now. They're just kind of driving it like they would a normal Bristol line.
Oh, we have a spin. Johnny Edward has spun, and the caution comes out.
All right.
I'm actually going to go back a little ways here because there was some really chippy racing here, and
yeah, between
let's take a look at the whole thing.
Mr. Dominy, yeah, as he gets in there, gets the good low run.
He's running well here.
Gene almost take out Joe Dinsmore. Oh, yep, just went a little bit hot into turn 1, and honestly, turn 1 is a whole lot harder to get the entry right in comparison to 3 here. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's definitely a little bit more difficult as we see our leader make his way into the pits for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it looks like he and Brandon Bernhardt has come in as well. We have a lot of guys who have stayed out. It looks like Tony Pandon is going to take over the lead here.
He'll take over the lead for the first time tonight, and I also have a horrible memory, so I'm probably wrong here, but for the first time this season.
Yeah, that may be right. I'd have to go look at statistics there for that, but might be the first time he has led the season.
Which is not exactly shocking to me that he's up in the lead. It's shocking that he hasn't led a lap because he has been very competitive all season. Just always seems to be behind Blake or Justin, which makes it very difficult to actually lead a lap when those two are in front of you. But he's been fast all night tonight, so he should be able to hold off for a little while, but he unfortunately has Adam Wood right behind him right now, but that should change once we get to 1 to go. He should get the wave around and relinquish that position to Dan Witt, who's just run a consistent race tonight, which is what we should come to expect from Dan. He may not be the fastest out on the track, but he is one very consistent racer. Did I lose you, Carl?
Oh, sorry, I'm focused on race control right now. Sorry.
No, that's perfectly fine. So just so everybody out there watching knows, because normally the Cup Series runs without an admin, because normally the admins are capable of handling everything on their own. Carl is helping out with admin duties tonight. So that's why you'll get to hear my wonderful voice quite a few times, and I get to fill the dead air while Carl's focusing on making sure we get black flags cleared and everything of that nature.
Yeah, it's a little tricky sometimes because you've got people that are talking on both radios. I got you talking, I got them talking, so a little bit of cross chatter.
So as we come to the green flag, Blake Gordon, despite taking that pit stop, is going to be at this restart in 4th. And then we have Joe Dinsmore. Despite the damaged car, he is in 5th as we go green. Oh, yeah, what? Oh, right as I pull away, it looks like Larry Patrick decided to throw one down below him and actually make the pass as Joe gets himself back settled to where he did drop 2 places. But it looks like Larry is about to put a whole lot of pressure on Blake Gordon as he gets up into the wall. As Blake is now setting his sights on Dan Witt, getting that lower line on him. But will he be able to hold it and get the run out of the corner? Dan definitely had the preferred line and the better run. As Dan
Yeah, but he
is
tagged the
holding-
wall a little bit. Yeah, Dan tagged the wall, but Blake is right there.
But it looks like Blake will now take over second and set his sights on Tony Pandon.
Yeah, it's only about a 1 second lead now, so Blake should be fine to get back up there. I had a feeling Blake was going to work his way back up to the lead. I wasn't expecting it to happen this quickly.
I wasn't expecting him to be in fourth after taking a pit stop, but right now only our top 9 runners are actually on the lead lap. As we'll go ahead and move back here as Larry Patrick makes the move, gets tagged a little bit from behind by Dan Witt. After getting the pass done, moves up into third.
Yeah, Big Red there scratching up his paint a little bit. He doesn't like it when people do that.
Oh,
so,
Blake gets into the wall as he's doing everything in his power to chase down Tony Pandon. As, of course, that's the one time that it doesn't really help me here.
yeah.
As Blake makes the pass, makes it stick.
And we have caution out.
We have caution.
Oh, it looks like I'm pulling it up here. Oh, looks like there was a lot of people involved in this. Looks like Timothy St. Jean may have spun. I'm going to focus here, and then I'll bring it over to you.
All right, as our leader actually had just passed him, and yep, he is missing the front end of that car.
Let's take a look, see what happened here.
All right. Timothy St. Jean, yep, just gets a little squirrely coming out at 1 and tags the wall, tags Joe Dinsmore, as that's not going to help him. And then we also have Andrew Burgess getting to the back of Joe Dinsmore. So let's go ahead and see what happens as somebody who had to navigate all of this. Let me get to his far chase here, as he's coming up to this just nasty wreck. Clears it until Joe right there, who just again on the receiving end of bad luck tonight. But he's keeping it, well, pointed at about 10 degrees, but still going straight. But this is just turning into a little bit less of the normal thing that we see here, and almost a bit of a destruction derby, as we'll go with Joe Dinsmore right here, who looks like he almost had it clear of Timothy St. Jean. Got spun just a little bit.
So something I want to call out here. Just about everyone is pitted at this point. I think, yeah, everyone on the track has pitted.
One single exception. Mr.
Dan
Witt.
He is at 51 laps. I imagine he's been saving some fuel under these cautions, but really surprised here of what's happening.
Well, there's a few different ways that you can handle Bristol dirt. I am an aggressive driver to where I handle all of my turn-ins drifting with the wheel, which is why my shoulders are a little bit sore from practicing with this earlier. But there are some you can actually lift and then slam on the gas to break the back end loose. And he may actually be doing something to keep feathering the gas through the turns rather than cranking the steering wheel. And
yeah,
it's obviously working for him, but he may... I don't know how many more laps he's going to have left.
Yeah, I can't imagine that he can push it much further. He has to be hoping for another caution, and you know, just trying to make this a one-stop race here. But that's a bold strategy. If it stays green, he's going to have to pit under green.
We'll see if it works out for him. But I'm sorry, my favorite thing right now is looking at Joe Dinsmore, whose car is just seen some of the worst of the night. He's at an angle and going green. He seems to be working it well as
well, he's crab walking around the track.
Hey, but it works as we see Larry Patrick is in second. I'm not going to focus on Blake right now. He's boring. As we'll see, Larry Patrick is there, but we're starting to see an awful lot of aggressive driving right now around third place. Tony Pandon is trying to throw one down on Brandon Bernhardt. Can he make it stick? And he tags Dan Witt. And
he hit the inside
barrels. That is.
And we have caution out again.
And there is the caution. So
let's take a look, see what happened here. I'm going to rewind it.
I was going to say, he looks like I can't grab him because there he is.
Sorry. Yeah, here we go.
And then just tags Dan Witt and buries it into the barrels. But he's got it back running. No front end and hopefully no radiator damage.
Yeah, let's take a different view of this.
I was going to say,
here.
Got to go ahead and get Dan Witt on the rear chase.
Well, I want to pull it up. I'm going to look at it the blimp view here. I'm going to pull it up and we're going to take a look here.
Oh, and went a little farther back than normal, but yeah, Dan, he had a good angle there, just Tony was not expecting him to continue on his line, is what it looks like, and Tony just had the momentum. After that, I did say it earlier, if you get thrown off your rhythm, and Dan tags Steve Gottschalk after the yellow came out. Yeah. I'm going to take and bring that one back up. Dan does end up a little bit low and just keeps coming up on the track and tags Steve Gottschalk.
Yeah.
Another one that's just, he's having a good night. He's running in fifth. But that's one of those that can possibly throw off your alignment. And yeah, we're definitely seeing the front end of that Nerf car. It's looking a little worse for the wear, and not just because of the mud.
Yeah, it's not looking great there. One of the most colorful cars on the track, and it's starting to look a little brown.
This is, as we are about to hit lap 59 or lap 60. We're 3/5 of the way through this race, and I'll admit we've spent a little less time under caution than I was anticipating.
Yeah, it's been actually a great race so far. I've really enjoyed watching these guys adapt to racing in this. And hey, I just want to point out, he had issues earlier. Johnny Edward running 6th right now, but Joe Dinsmore running 4th is absolutely crazy to me. His car is sideways. I can't get over it. And he's running 4th.
Well, and he's 48 laps into his stint at this point, which I'm wondering if he's just hoping that we have another caution so he can come in, go to the end. And I don't understand why we haven't seen any of these guys who are on the already have their one pit in. I'm somewhat surprised we haven't seen anyone else that's on one of the longer stints, to where Joe's on 49 laps, Steve Gottschalk's on 34, and then everybody else is roughly only 20 deep.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be able to make it through to the end.
Oh, I wouldn't think they would either. They're taking a 2-stop strategy here, and then the pace truck has come in, and we're going green. Blake, once again, has a great restart. And Larry Patrick is holding second, but is getting pressured from Joe Dinsmore and Brandon Bernhardt.
But them being on that lower line means they are not going to have the same amount of momentum coming out of these turns. And in these low traction situations, that makes all the difference. Let's go ahead and get Larry in the rear chase so we can see the action that's going on behind him. And of course, the second we bring him up, Larry's on the wall.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily, it's not really a
As
death
he's
sentence
almost
here.
sideways and tags
Oh!
Joe Dinsmore, who hangs on to it but gets a little bit of Dan Witt, and that shouldn't bring out a caution. Oh, Joe just... I'm going to go ahead and just go back a little ways here, because this is just unfortunate. As he tags Dan Witt, comes out of the turn, Dan bounces off the wall, and Joe rides the wall for a little while there. But, again, still moving forward as I come back to him, and there he is sideways.
Yeah, this has been entertaining to watch. Oh!
Tags Dan, who ricochets off into Adam Wood. As, I want to go ahead and...
Yep, I'm going to get us pulled up here, and we'll see what happens.
I was going to say, I can get us there. Oh, you got me anyway. As Dan Witt just, again, straight there. As he doesn't quite get the turn in that he wants. Gets it a little bit late. Comes up on Joe. Has the turn. Joe gets sideways, grabs a little bit of the back end, throws him off. Just tags Joe and puts him back into the wall. And didn't see that one the first time around. As that Springer, hey, avoids it. My comments about a destruction derby. We're kind of reaching that point right now. Some of these cautions, because again, it's not easy to stop on this loose surface. Or we may have just reached the point that everybody just no longer cares. I'm hoping that's not the case, but now only our top 8 are on the lead lap, and Dan Witt, after that last accident, becomes the latest victim to go a lap down.
Yeah, I hate seeing that with Dan. He was running well up there.
He was. But let's talk about, I'm not going to say miracle, but the surprise of Larry Patrick in second right now. He got himself up there and has not given up. He has been just absolutely fast tonight. And won his heat. Has been consistently up near the front. This is someone who all joking aside, you don't normally see Larry up near the front in the Cup Series, but and this is one of those things you love about the dirt track here and road courses. You see guys that aren't necessarily near the front all the time, getting the opportunity to run up with the guys like Gordon. And Larry, I think you give him a long enough run, and we could see if Larry can put up a challenge here for Blake. Possibly even if we have enough restarts. I mean, at some point you start having enough restarts, you're gonna have one go right for you. So the thing that I want to watch is we're under caution again. Joe Dinsmore is still out there 57 laps after his last pit stop. I wonder if he thinks if he stops it, it's just going to finally break.
Yeah, maybe, I'm not sure. He's staying out there. We've had a lot of caution laps. Maybe he's just going to run it until it runs out of fuel.
I mean...
I can't get over it. It's hilarious to watch it going down the track.
It's unfortunate that we didn't actually get to see the real NASCAR race, because I kind of feel like that was going to be the case for the real-life race, as Blake takes off as we go green again, and Johnny Edward actually gets underneath Larry Patrick, who stays on the high line, and it looks like Johnny Edward was seeking the back bumper of Blake Gordon, his teammate, as he gets turned around. Larry tags him, and of course, we start collecting people, and Joe Dinsmore and Dan Witt are collected. So,
that was something right there.
Yes, we are yellow again.
And I'm pulling up here for us. We'll take a look, see what happened here. We can see, Larry.
Johnny Edward just gets a little too far to the side. Larry collects him.
Let's take a look at Johnny, because I want to see who else got caught up in that. Pulling it over to Johnny here, and let's replay that.
Yeah, he just gets a little farther sideways, goes farther down the track, gets Brandon Bernhardt, Dan Witt, Ed Springer, Joe Densmore, and it looks like Andrew Burgess came into the party a little bit late and didn't quite have as much fun as everyone else, but still definitely made his presence known.
Hey, and Josh, just want to let you know, you might have to, your leaderboard relative screen isn't showing right now.
Oh, I turned it off just because we were wanting to see all the glory of all of these incidents.
10-4, and Ed Springer is coming into pit road.
I don't believe Ed has used that. Oh, is Andrew Burgess actually tagged the wall and then joined the party? As we're pushing a cone along in the process too.
Yeah, so we got a few guys here on pit road. We've got
Andrew Burgess,
Tim St. Jean, and Andrew. Yes, several guys here who should be able to make it to the end now.
Well, as we hit laps, we're coming up to lap 75. We're 3/4 of the way through this race, and honestly, I think Blake's timing of his pit stop may actually be perfection, to where Larry Patrick is one lap fresher than him, but I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, at this point, as long as Blake is able to get another caution at some point so that he can come in and pit, it's going to work out well for a lot of people in that strategy.
I just want to show off the difference here. There's the front of Larry's car, and it looks like it's seen a wall or two. But then, when we go over to Blake's, it's just muddy.
Yeah.
And then we actually go to see the back end. It looks like there's literally been nothing that's happened, and then our second place finisher, or second place right now.
Yeah, he's seen some things tonight.
But despite that fact, still strong, still managing to be in second place as we are reaching these cautions. As the lights are out on the truck, he's there every time. To where this is playing into his hands, he may actually be able to keep pace with Blake just based on the number of cautions that are coming out.
He just needs one good restart here, and
the truck peels off as Blake goes. Tony Pandon, great start to get around Larry, and Johnny Edward is actually there as well. Gets below him, cuts up, and we have a tag. That shouldn't bring out a caution, but that opened the door for Joe Densmore to take over third. Looks like Blake may have actually been, and this is why I had the ticker off, because as we're in some of these views, we can't really see what's going on up the track. But yeah, we've got Tony Pandon's falling back. Joe is sideways as they touch a little bit. But that gives Larry the opportunity to go ahead and make the move.
Yep, so Larry's now up to second here.
But again, Joe Densmore, despite the excessive damage, is still on the podium. That just goes to show the experience and skill that man has at controlling these cars in any situation. As Larry rides the wall a little bit there.
Yeah, he's still all right, though.
I'm surprised there's still paint on the outside of that car. It's probably got a little bit of a dirt padding there to keep it there, but Joe is actually under pressure right now from Johnny Edward, who tags the wall. And even with the damage, Joe's still fast, still holding his line perfectly. And I can see him falling back for the rest of this race as long as we can stay green, which seems to be... Oh, as Larry gets a little loose coming out of the turn. ends up entering low, which may kill his speed coming out of the turn, giving Joe an opportunity as he's continuing to be loose coming out of the turns.
Yeah, Larry's fighting right now. He's having a hard time, and Joe is right there.
As Joe is making that middle line work for him, as everybody else is trying to run high. But right now, Joe is going to have to fight off Johnny Edward, who really just keeps going high and hitting the wall a little bit, but still gets a good
Has
run
momentum.
out of the turns.
Yeah.
But Larry's starting to put a little bit of separation as Johnny Edward gets the run down the low line, gets around Joe Dinsmore, but doesn't really
Joe's
get
fighting back.
much momentum out of the turn. Joe had to correct a little bit, but still, as it looks like he's trying to throw Joe off his line as Steve Gottschalk is now joining this party and may be able to just get a 2-for-1 in this deal. Just running a nice smooth line as we see Adam Wood, who is currently running 10th, is still... He's faster than these guys. It's just painful that he's a few laps down.
Yeah, he's fighting back here. Obviously, he's got to hope for... I mean, he's 4 laps down. He's not going to be getting a lucky dog anytime soon. But he's showing that he can still race. There's no reason you should just give up and let people pass you.
No, he's got to show that dominance and show that one error...
Oh, we have caution out.
All right.
And I am not... Why?
Seems to be somehow... That seems to define iRacing sometimes.
Yeah, I'm going through the field trying to find someone. I have not found anyone yet.
But this, again, as we're coming up on 10 laps left, I just want to call out, despite having an 8-second lead, Larry Patrick gets to close that gap with 10 to go. He is in position to actually put the fight to Blake. And as we're coming to the close of this race, it could be we end up with a green-white checker. And Larry could throw a move with just only having 3 laps to have to fight.
Oh, I may have found it. Well,
maybe.
Yeah, still haven't found actually who it happened to, but saw it briefly on the camera.
Sometimes iRacing just likes to throw cautions when there's no reason to.
Nah, I mean, I saw someone spinning, I thought, but I have still yet to find it, so...
This will be the Blake caution of the night, but it's actually working in Larry's favor rather than Blake. As for some reason, my iRacing is deciding to chug along right now, and I don't know why.
Oh, I think I found who brought out the caution, finally. For some reason, it's not showing up as an incident, so, let's take a look here. It was Andrew Burgess.
Oh, just looks like he's got a little bit loose. Turn 1. Oh, and he collects Tony Panda in the process, who actually straightens him out for him. It's
hey,
quite
that worked out okay for Andrew Burgess. Yeah.
It's unfortunate for Tony, who's 3 laps down, and yeah, unfortunately, that was an incident between 3 laps down and 6 laps down, but...
So it is looking like Blake Gordon is going to stay out and not pit again. I didn't think he'd be able to stretch it, but with all the cautions, I guess he's been conserving some fuel.
Here's the story. Joe Dinsmore has done 80 laps. 80 laps at this point. He has to be running on fumes.
Yeah, and then we still have, 7 laps to go.
I wonder if his plan was my night has already been rough. If I can't finish due to fuel, you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah, I certainly can't blame him. I hope that if he does run out of fuel, it won't cause any issues for drivers behind him. But Joe's the kind of guy you don't have to really worry about him messing his ice day up.
Pace trucka is off. Blake gets out to a good jump. Larry was a little slow there. Relinquishes second to Johnny.
You gotta wonder if Johnny possibly coordinated with his teammate a little bit there. That was a great restart for him.
Oh no, that was mine.
No caution.
I saw the flags flash, and they had to have coordinated there because, honestly...
But Larry's fighting back.
As Larry is getting that lower line, but Tony Pandon, who is 3 laps down, is making moves. And again, showing that he's faster as we see Johnny Edward flirting with the wall a little bit. But Joe Dinsmore has actually made his way up into third. As Larry Patrick is fighting both the wall and Steve Gottschalk to hold on to fourth.
Yeah, Larry...
5 laps to go. What is Larry... Oh, tags Steve Gottschalk, who... Hopefully that does not bring out a caution for us. As it does not. As Blake comes across the line, and we have 4 laps at this point. But Larry is now just fighting to hang on to fourth. He's just getting a little squirrely around turns. Adam Wood passed him, but he was down a few laps. But now he's going to have to fight with Brandon Bernhardt, who's trying to take the outside. Tags him a little bit. But Larry hangs on to it, but Brandon gets that lower line. But it looks like Larry should be able to outmuscle him coming out of the turn.
Caution is out.
Ooh, caution is going to make this interesting.
It looks... I'm going to find it here for us.
And ending up with a green-white checker is not going to play into Joe's hands very well. That he may
Let's take a look. I think it was Tony Pandon.
Oh, that's just a bit of a self-spin at this point.
Well, maybe not. I thought it was going to be. It looks like it may not have been. Let me see around here if I can find out who it was.
Right now, this actually plays into Joe's hands as long as he has the fuel necessary to make it all the way. I do want to say that right now, we only have...
it looks like it was Andrew Burgess again. And
Go ahead and send us that direction.
Yep, I am getting it rewound here, and let's take a look.
Oh, does it include Mr. Witt? Nope, that's a self-spin and a mid.
But he's going to collect some...
Oh.
Kevin Haas gets in there into him.
That's just... Kevin's had a rough night. Where he's 18 laps down, and much like Joe has been one of those people that's just... Oh, did you take us live?
Yes, I did.
That would be why.
Sorry about that.
I was about to go in car with Mr. Haas, but that's fine.
Oh, I'll get that queued up for you.
You're fine. So, as we are 3 laps to go, so we are going to be going green-white checker here. And this could make this finish very interesting. Joe Dinsmore has 89 laps right now on his car. He's seen some damage. But he's still up in third.
He is, but, you got to be thinking that, I don't know that, I'm not going to say that Endeavor's coordinating a restart to the point of like doing a countdown or anything, but they probably, like most teams, have some idea of where the leader's going to restart, and they're able to get a little bit of a jump there. So, I imagine, Johnny Edward here on the front row is going to, try to slot in behind Blake, although he does have the preferred line here. So we'll see if he tries to stay up beside him or if he's going to try to just quickly drop in behind Blake. And then where's Joe going to get in this? Is he going to force his way in there and take second away from Johnny and fight?
Honestly, we'll see. We've got 3 laps to go. His car's already seen some better days. I want to see that inside line really get a good jump. Because I want to talk to Larry tonight. We don't get to talk to Larry. But I also definitely want it to stay where we're at because Joe definitely has the most heroic drive of the season thus far.
Yeah, 89 laps so far on this stunt. And the pace truck has come in.
As Blake
about to restart.
goes.
Johnny's right there with him.
But not as close as he has been on other restarts to where Joe manages to get that 3rd place, but we have another Endeavor Racing.
Oh, we've got a spin. Joe Dinsmore is in the wall. And we are still green.
That's somewhat surprising.
Well, he had some help.
No, I'm saying more that we don't have yellow, and we are coming to the white flag. Blake Gordon definitely has that, but this is what we've got Larry Patrick in the 3rd right now as we are coming to the finish, as we have Blake Gordon as Larry makes a dive down below, but still Larry picks up the 3rd place.
Look at that.
As Joe Dinsmore, after an absolutely heroic drive, as everybody's going to go ahead and, show their love for Blake. Some a little more of a tap, and some, it's a little bit more than that. Okay, I got to get off of this view because, honestly, that could make me sick. As Blake gives us some donuts, I wonder... Well, he's going to run backwards, and we've got... I don't think the car is set up to go that direction. So let's go ahead, with that playing in the background, bring up our results. We have Blake Gordon is our winner, Johnny Edward in 3rd, second, Larry Patrick in 3rd, Steve Gottschalk 4th, Dan Witten 5th, Brandon Bernhardt in 6th, Joe Dinsmore finishes 7th, Tony Pandon 8th, Ed Springer 9th, Andrew Burgess in 10th.
How about we bring in Blake Gordon here?
Let's go ahead and do that.
Hey, Blake, it's Josh and Carl in the booth. You got a copy?
Of course, guys. How's it going tonight?
Good, man. I'm getting kind of bored talking with you now. It's like every week. But, dude, awesome run. How did you feel coming into the race? Did you feel like this was going to be a race you were going to win, or were you a little more concerned about it?
I was feeling pretty confident, especially after Tuesday night IVRL. Just getting the practice and getting the laps that night. That kind of helped kind of ease the nerves coming into tonight. I mean, if I didn't run IVRL Tuesday and I was going into it for the first time tonight, I'd feel completely different about it for sure. But I mean, the track drove different tonight. The bottom, you guys saw Tuesday night. I feel like the bottom was working a lot better Tuesday. In practice before the race tonight, it wasn't really there. So the line was at the wall, and I didn't really feel too comfortable running up there. And when the line moved up that way, I kept hitting the wall every so often. So it was definitely not as easy as it looked. It was definitely a handful.
We definitely took a few shots of your car and compared it to Larry on the second to last restart. Your car looked pristine, whereas just about everybody else in the field was either running without a bumper or had some serious dents going on. Yeah,
so Blake, I gotta ask you. I was expecting a fuel run here to be 40 to 50 laps. You ran 63 laps. Also want to point out that if our timing and scoring is correct, Joe Dinsmore did 89. Were you doing a lot of fuel conservation during cautions, or was just fuel runs longer than we expected?
To be honest, I don't even know what a fuel run would have been. That's not something we figured out before the race. I mean, there was like no way we were going to have that long of a green flag run for that to matter. But we figured, me and Brandon, we figured that, let's just come in at like 30 or 35, whenever that was, top off, make it not an issue. And then that way, we don't even have to watch it after that. Because I feel like at the end of the race, if we didn't pit, it might have been a factor. But with the amount of yellows we had, I think we were saving enough gas in our yellow. I was riding around in fourth gear every caution to try to save what I could.
So you brought up that the lower line wasn't working. We definitely saw very few people running the lower line, but many people actually did pull off some great passes on the lower line. Would it have been faster to run that, just less stable?
Honestly, I don't know. In practice, I was trying to figure it out, and it didn't feel. I was using like the delta off my last lap, and if I would run the bottom, it was like looking pretty fine. As soon as I would move up top, I was probably 2 or 3 tenths faster per lap. I think if you ran the bottom well enough, did the slide job well enough, you could make passes down there. I did it once or twice in the opening few laps with Joe, which that should have been a really fun fight. I hate it that Joe got basically taken out of the race, at like lap 20. The first 2 incidents he basically got caught up in, and from there it was just playing catch up, and his car was just absolutely toast at the end of the race. So that would have been a great fight. I'm kind of disappointed that didn't end up happening.
He was up there just running
he
about
was
10 degrees off of what a car normally should.
Well, it's funny. I was behind him, and I saw how much skew he had, and I was like, Joe, that might actually help you tonight.
Yeah, so this is now 4 in a row for you, Blake, and we have next week off, but then going into Martinsville the week of April, or on April 11th. How do you feel about Martinsville? Is that a track you normally run well at?
Yeah, I would say Martinsville is probably my favorite and best track on the schedule. I just love the type of racing there. Hard on the brakes into the corner. Wrapping the low line. There's a couple of different things you can do to maybe pick up some speed. But I love the racing that Martinsville puts on. So that's always a week that I look forward to. So feeling pretty good going into that race. All the usual suspects are going to be fast. Joe, Justin, Steve, Tony Pandon, man, he's been running up front the last couple of weeks. So I feel like he would probably be up there. I feel like Martinsville, hopefully it puts on some of that good short track racing we all expect from it.
Yeah, and I think I just want to point out something. I think back at Vegas a few weeks back when you won, I asked you, kind of just run through the schedule, and I asked about how you felt about the Bristol dirt race, and you kind of laughed and didn't seem too confident about it. But man, you did great tonight. So congratulations there, man.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't really know what to expect, and then Tuesday night kind of proved that, okay, maybe I'm not totally clueless at this type of thing. So it was nice to keep that good run rolling over into tonight, and pulling off the win tonight was pretty cool.
Yeah, great run. I'm looking forward to Martinsville after the podcast. We kind of heard that you have a love of it, and from last year's run, it shows.
It's a Virginia track. I'm from Virginia. I feel like I kind of have to run well there. You want to run well at your local track. So Martinsville and Richmond, those are the 2 that I look forward to the most. And I think we actually get them back to back. So that's going to be pretty fun.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with us, Blake. And we'll,
of course,
we'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right. I'll go listen back to the broadcast. I'm sure you guys did a great job tonight, and I will catch y'all later.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Blake.
Sir.
Yep. See ya.
All right. How about we bring in second place here of Johnny Edwards?
Let's grab him.
Hey, Johnny, this is Carl and Josh in the booth. You got a copy?
Whoa, what am I doing in a Cup Series post-race interview?
You know, it's as shocking to us as it is to you. But no, we always expected to see you running up here after we raced with you last seasons in the TNT series and also raced with you in Truck Series. You're always a competitor, so really expected to have you in here with us eventually, and here you are. How'd you feel about the racing tonight?
Man, this was one of the hardest races I've ever run in my entire career in iRacing. So just to see my name in second tonight is just hard to believe. The track was just so unpredictable. Every lap was different. Everybody's lap was different. I don't know what I'm doing in second right now.
I mean, honestly, you were fast all night, and you seemed to get more speed as we closed out. Was it just comfort towards the end?
Well, I was kind of treating the shine that was building up in the middle of the corners as more like asphalt, and I was kind of entering the corner that way. And for some reason, the car was doing a lot better mid groove than it was for me on the outside. Obviously, I was hitting the wall every lap, so I was trying to work with that, and I was actually getting runs on the bottom and making the middle line work for me. So I was kind of just playing that into the rest of my run.
Yeah, so one thing we saw was during your heat race, you had some issues there, and I think you ended up finishing last in the heat race, if I'm not mistaken, or near last. What exactly happened there during the heat?
Yeah, I had a really bad struggle with the heat race. I think just the fresh track really just threw off how I was slinging the wheel, and I went down into Larry early in that heat and kind of just messed my day up, and ended up in the back for this. I was just struggling with the track conditions. I guess I was doing better with the later track conditions.
No, it definitely, we talked about it at the top of the broadcast. It's the opposite of what you expect with these cup cars, that the track actually gets worse as the night goes on.
Absolutely. There was really little room for grip as you saw that shine. That shine was just impossible to drive on unless you actually really knew how to drive through it, and even then you weren't fast. So it was really either the high line, the wall, or nothing else.
Yeah, so one thing we saw near the end there when you were running, I think third, and then we were running second. You and Blake, you were right there with Blake. You had great restarts, and two of you were pulling away from the field. What do you attribute that kind of the great restarts you had there to?
I was very surprised with how well my restarts were. I think the one restart where I was behind Blake, he timed it maybe one time, and then after that, I was just going off of reaction on when he was going. So I was doing really good in the gears, going up the gears, and was able to get a really good run going into the opening restart lap.
No, it was a great run, especially after the heat race. Anybody watching could have possibly counted you out, but again, it was consistency and just watching your nose.
Guys, I counted myself out after that heat race. I thought I was just going to be horrible in the back all night. So, I mean, it's just really cool that I'm getting like really good finishes at these unusual races, with road courses and then this dirt race. So I feel like those are going to be my strengths when a lot of people are still like learning this whole new dirt racing thing with the cup cars.
Yeah, for sure, Johnny. And all right, well, hey, great run tonight. We're very happy that we got to bring you into the booth. We talked to you a lot last season when we were racing with you and haven't had a chance to talk with you much. So glad to have you in here.
Yeah, man, I'm so glad I finally got into a cup race interview. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, Johnny.
Take care.
So,
all right, so
I want to do something a little weird. I just want to ask Joe 2 questions.
I was about to say, I want to bring in Joe. Yep, I want to bring in Joe, and I definitely want to talk to Larry, but definitely want to talk to Joe.
All right, go ahead and grab him.
Pull me up into the booth. You're gonna have to mute that.
Hey, Joe.
There you go.
Hey, I was talking to my nephews. Hello.
It's Carl and Josh in the booth.
Hey, guys.
Man, what a crazy night for you. It was a great time watching you crab walk around the track. How do you think you were able to maintain so much speed despite the fact that your car was not able to drive straight?
So I'm going to tell you that I had engine power the entire night. So the fact that hold on a second. So, all right, sorry about that. They didn't listen and pause it. So I was hearing myself talk. Anyway, sorry about that. So so I had engine power the entire night, and so I think I was fast. I mean, I know that the last on my relative during before that last caution, I was catching the 90, and I was pretty confident I was going to catch and pass him if it stayed green, and it just ran out of luck when I thought I had given the 70 enough room. He had hit the wall and bounced off of me, and then that was the rest of the race for me right there. But yeah, I felt like I was the pinball of the dirt track racing tonight. I definitely put some time in this week for a change, and I actually practiced, and I really was going to give Blake a good run for his money. And I think at least that first run that you saw before all hell broke loose, you got to at least see some of that before my car ended up turning into a meatball.
Even after that, it was still fast. No one in their right minds would see that car and expect you to be challenging for second and third most of the night. I do want to ask, though, were you running on fumes towards the end of that?
No, I actually had, because I pit earlier on. I had enough fuel, so I had plenty of fuel going.
Well, we were just completely wrong about the fuel runs then, Josh.
Yeah, I had plenty of fuel, but we would have had a pit at least once if it stayed green the entire time. There would have been one green flag stop if we went all the way through.
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure we got a chance to chat with you tonight because you definitely had the bravest run that we have seen this year and possibly ever in the AOLL.
Oh, well, thank you guys, man. I was wheeling the heck out of it. I mean, when I was driving straight, my wheel was a good 95 to 100 degrees to the right going down the straightway. So it was tough to keep it going down the straight. It was a challenge just to keep it going straight.
No.
But in the corners, it was fine, though.
No, we have to commend you on a fantastic race. And 7th under the conditions. It's unfortunate to see the 7th, but still.
I'll take it.
An amazing race tonight, Joe.
Yeah, thank you. At least I finished running, so I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody doing the broadcast and everybody that watched it tonight. I look forward to watching it later on tonight myself.
All right, thank you, sir, and congratulations on what was a heroic finish.
Oh, thank you. All right. Good night, guys.
Yep.
All right.
We've made him
I guess
wait.
we have to do it now. All right, here it comes.
I got him. Larry!
Hi, Larry.
Oh, what do you guys want?
Oh, jeez. Can we just put him back?
I mean, I can put myself back.
No. You're going to hate us when you rewatch this, but again, it all comes out of respect and amazing finish tonight, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. First off, I ain't going to hate you because I don't ever watch you guys' replays, man. They're kind of monotoned and boring.
That's fair.
Hey,
I can't argue
I
with that.
tried to fix that tonight.
I'm just kidding. I'm going to watch it.
So, Larry, I have to ask, have you set up any future plans, dates or whatever with the wall? Because I saw you spending a lot of time with it tonight.
Yeah, I think I owe the wall a couple dinners there. I mean, if I could have stayed off the daggum thing, I probably would have had a better finish. But, that was one of them things, that track, man. Once it started to hit that blue groove, I struggled with it. And that just comes from my lack of preparation. I mean, I didn't turn many practice laps on this track.
Well, I mean, for someone who didn't turn a lot of practice laps, man, you all joking aside, really great run. You won your heat. I have to ask, with the heat, Johnny Edward was ahead of you and had some issues. Do you think that you would have been able to compete with him in that heat, or was it going to be his heat to win basically, or is that the only reason you won it? I mean, I guess what I'm getting at here is, did you think that was a heat that you could win, or did you win it because Johnny didn't?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we knew that, once we were in practice and stuff like that right before the race, you could turn a hot lap, but running those, hot laps is few and far between. So, I mean, I knew he could turn a quick lap. I didn't know if he could turn a consistent lap, but I knew he would be fast. So I definitely knew that he was going to be tough to beat, but it would literally just took a mistake on him, which unfortunately happened and allowed me to get there. And then, it was just running away from Steve at that point, which that's a feat in itself.
So the big question on everybody's mind is, when are we going to get to talk to you again? What are you looking forward to the most this year?
Man, I hope we get some more dirt races, to say honest truth. I know a lot of people don't like them, but like I said, it's one of them things that it's new. Nobody's ever done them. I mean, some people do a little bit more maybe with the sprint cars or something like that than others, but it really levels the playing field, and it's going to show on how much you practice. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't turn many practice laps, but if I did, maybe I could have ran with Blake up there. The restarts were ridiculously hard to do. And making passes was incredibly hard because as soon as somebody would, go to that low line, they're going to slide up in front of you, and it's hard to carry that momentum without getting towards that wall.
No.
Well, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. What we're talking about the podcast, that we're going to have the Daytona dirt track added.
Hey, Daytona dirt track happens. So, and it's funny though, because honestly, the cars wouldn't last in Daytona. I was rooting for cautions after lap, I think 74. And it's probably a combination of me smacking the wall consistently and all the dirt on the front of the car. But as soon as we got a caution that came out, crew chief came over and said the car was hot. And I was like, oh God, I'm going to need it at least one more if this thing's going to last. And I had already blown the car up in practice before the race. And I think I only ran maybe 20, 25 laps, just out there by myself, and it blew up my engine. So I was worried about the engine temperature.
Were you running full throttle the entire time, or were you feathering?
So, well, yeah. So when that track at the very beginning, Blake was awesome at being able to run at the beginning. I don't know how those guys were getting it to do what it was doing. I needed at least 5 laps for a little bit of a groove to kind of start building the dirt, to start pushing up towards the top side of the track. But once I did, man, I mean, you could turn it down in there, get the car sideways, and you're never off the throttle. It's full throttle the entire time. And that's coming in, out, and through the corners.
Well,
All right. Well, I have the point standings. Looks like they're updated now. Did want to let you know, Larry, you moved up 3 spots to 14th.
Nice.
That's a pretty big jump there. And Blake Gordon has taken over the points lead over Justin Anderson, who did miss tonight.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but hey, look, great for you. You had a great run tonight. We love seeing it. We're hoping we can bring you back in soon.
Yeah, man.
All right, thanks, Larry.
Have a good one, guys.
all
All right, so on that topic, let's talk about points. Josh, did you want to share that,
I was in the process of bringing that up. Of course, because I'm streaming stuff, my internet is a little bit slow. But let's go ahead and get this over here and go ahead and get the results off of here. But we can go ahead and make this huge. As, yes, we have a new leader with Blake Gordon taking over the lead at 279 points and Justin Anderson at 289. Joe Dinsmore, even after with that heroic drive, is still in third with 271. Steve Gottschalk in fourth with 263. And Kevin Pearson remains in fifth.
Yeah, a couple things I want to point out here. Dan Witt moves up to spots after William Klingbeil and Daniel Shirley missed this race. And we've also got some other movers. I mean, lots of moving through the field here. Tony Pandon moves up 1 spot. Johnny Edward moves up 2 spots to 10th. And then the big mover here, Brandon Bernhardt gains 6 positions up to 15th now.
Yeah, then again, we're within all the way down into 20th. There's only 100 points separating 20th from the leader. So in this fresh season, we're only through 7 of 41. No one really can be counted out, but the big thing is making that points chase at the end of the season, and it's going to be a hot competition to actually get yourself in there, because we're seeing a lot of guys very close.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, you've got to say that Blake Gordon or Justin Anderson are the favorites right now, but you cannot count out Joe Dinsmore, Steve Gottschalk. I mean, even guys like Kevin Pearson, Dan Witt, right there. I think that it's really anybody's championship to win at this point.
That is very much the case, and unfortunately, you don't get to hear our wonderful voices next week because we are off for the holiday, but we will see you in 2 weeks for Martinsville. And with that, since it's nearly 10 o'clock, we will see you then. As always, I'm Josh Laston.
And I'm Carl Henderson.
Thank you very much, and enjoy the week.
So long, everyone.